Hi, this is Brian here, and first of all I want to welcome you to this webinar, and I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to have a look at this. I promise I won't disappoint you, and what I want to share with you today is an opportunity to bring in an additional 300,000 to 500,000 in revenue per year for your cosmetic practice. And the difference in those two numbers is just a reflection on the size of your practice and the services that you provide. So we'll adjust either upwards or downwards depending on the size of your practice, and that's why I've got two numbers there, so that we don't leave anybody out in the cold. You don't need to be a huge practice in order to implement this strategy. You can be a small practice that wants to grow as well. Now, I'm not going to waste your time listening about me, but I just do want to let you know, right, that I've been developing systems and implementing strategies for over 20 years. I've had the privilege of working with Apple Computer Inc. in Cupertino for 13 years. I've worked for AOL Technologies for 5 years, and I've also worked for Vodafone in Ireland and the UK for 3 years. So I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to developing systems that are going to attract new business online. Now, all of those three markets, computers, telecoms and online marketing, are three of the most incredibly competitive markets when it comes to trying to find new business customers online. So I'm very much aware of how to put systems together, and completely different to anything that you've seen so far. So what I'd encourage you to do is to stop this video now, go and get a refreshment, pick up a pen and paper, because what I'm going to be sharing with you are things that you can do in your own business, no matter whether you do them with me or not. All of the stuff I'm going to share with you is really powerful, and it will work in anybody's business if you just implement it correctly. Now, before I go any further, guys, I have a confession to make, and I apologize up front for this. I'm not the best presenter in the world. I'm a great technologist, I'm a great strategist, I'm a great marketer. But when it comes to presenting things, I tend to get a bit excited when I'm talking about a topic that's very passionate to me. So I hope you bear with me if there's a couple of blunders and if my voice raises a little bit. But I hope that the content that I'm going to share with you today will make up for the few inadequacies I have when it comes to presenting. Now, in terms of the webinar structure, and by the way, I'm going to try and keep this to under 30 minutes, the entire webinar. The first thing I'm going to cover are the 5 key business objectives that we had in mind when we started to design and develop this system. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the problem that's there today for businesses and the opportunity that exists. The third thing I'm going to cover is the solution to the problem. The fourth thing I'm going to cover is a breakdown of the year 1 monthly revenue figures, so that you know that I'm not talking pie in the sky here. The fifth thing then is a conclusion, and then the last thing then is just a one-slider about myself and an opportunity for you to get in touch with me. So that's the structure, guys. And now I'm just going to start off with the 5 key business objectives that I had in mind when I decided to put this system together. So in terms of the objectives, the first objective is I wanted to differentiate your practice from the pack. And what I mean by that is everybody today seems to be doing the same thing out there. They're running the same type of ads, they're running the same type of copy, and if you look at all the ads, they're basically just asking people to call them. And in online marketing, that's not the smartest way to be doing advertising. And we're going to cover all that. But the other problem as well out there, right, is that there's a thing called ad blindness. And people have just got blind to all the ads that they see because they all look the same. So we're going to change that for you. The second objective is to automate your prospecting and increase the reach. Now, if all the services that you're using are focusing on Google, then all you're going after is a 3 to 6% reach. And the other 94% of people you're not even getting close to. So we're going to get you in front of those other 94% of people, and we're going to automate the prospecting for you. The third thing is we're going to automate your marketing and your offer targeting. And this refers to our funnel and our back-end marketing system. And I'll talk to you about that throughout the process. The fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to increase your assets and business valuation. And this is key because the way we're going to do business using this strategy, guys, is we're going to be building assets as opposed to just increasing expenses by paying for more advertising. And by doing business this way, what we're doing is we're increasing your business valuation. And that leads on to the final objective that I have for you here, and that is to make achieving your exit strategy easier. Because we all get into business for a particular reason, and it's usually so that we're successful and that we have something to either pass on to a family member or to sell so that we can retire. And by implementing the strategy that I'm going to share with you today, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to reach that exit strategy much faster and much easier for yourself. So there are the 5 objectives I set out with when I decided to put this system together. And now I'm going to move on, and I'm going to talk to you about the problem and the opportunity that exists today. Now, before I start this slide, I just want you to know that I have a lot of respect for internet marketers. I'm not here to bash them in any way or form. I've managed internet marketers for the best part of 15 years throughout my career. I know the good ones, I know the bad ones, I know the good services, the bad services, their pricing structure. I know everything to do with internet marketing. So I'm not here to bash anybody, but I am here to be honest with you, and I want to show you what the big problem is today for your cosmetic practice. If you look here, I've got 2 numbers on this page. One of them is 6% on the left hand side, and the other one on the right hand side is 94%. And what those 2 numbers represent is, if you're only going after Google, what you're actually going after is 6% of the prospects that are online every day in your area that you should be putting your message in front of, but you're only getting in front of between 3 and 6% of them on Google. So when you spend money on services like SEO and Google Plus and Google 7-Pack and video marketing and reputation marketing, what you're going after there with those services is just 6% of the potential patients that you should be getting your ad in front of. Now, if you look over the other side, the 94%, this 94% are the people that are on Facebook every day, they're on YouTube every day, they're on Twitter every day, and they're spending hours there, guys. And if you're not getting your message out in front of them, and by the way, there's a special way of doing it if you want to attract business online, and we'll go into that. But what I want to do is I want to change things for you. And instead of you just been focused on this 6% over here, which most internet marketers are going to tell you is the most targeted traffic, and they're correct, but it's only 3 to 6% of the people that you could be getting your message out there in front of. And if you come over here and get your message in front of the other 94%, and you nurture them and you educate them about your business, you're going to have much better results for your business. And it's as simple as that, guys. And this is something that you cannot ignore for your business. Even if you never do business with me, I have no problem with that, because the future for any cosmetic practice business is going to be attracting people from the social media sites. And whoever has got the best social media strategy is going to be the winner in your area, and it's that simple. So this is what I want to solve for you today, so that we can get you out here in front of these other 94% of people, and we can start to build a rapport with them. We can start to get them to know, love and trust us, and we can start to bring them into your business as paying patients. And it's a massive opportunity. And now what I want to share with you is how we're going to go about getting in front of those 94% of people. And it's not by just putting up ordinary ads, guys. There's a special way you need to do this. You need to have a marketing funnel that's working for you constantly in the background, and I'm going to share all of that with you now. And I want to walk through it with you so you understand how we're going to get after the other 94% of people that are online every day that you're not getting your message in front of, and now we're going to get your message out there. And the whole philosophy behind this is we're going to start broad, we're going to appeal to as many people as we can, and we're going to capture them as leads, and then we're going to slowly filter them down. We will end up with a number of them that will become our new patients. So I just walked through the funnel with you. Now there's just a couple of things I want to say. I want you to know that everything I'm about to share with you is all going to be done by our system on autopilot for you. You don't have to do anything except come up with the ideas with me, come up with the marketing promotions, etc. But all the work and effort of getting everything out there in front of people is all done by the system. And that's the power of this. So let me just walk through this with you. At the top we've got our automatic prospecting, and what we'll be doing is we'll be driving traffic to places like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Bing, and any other digital networks that we want to go after to get in front of that 94% of people. And these people are our targets and our suspects. And so the first step in our funnel is to make an irresistible offer, something that people will want. Now it can either be a very expensive offer, like a free plastic surgery procedure, or it can be something as simple as a free ebook that says something like 4 simple steps anyone can take right now to live a healthier, happier and more fulfilling life. Do you think people might just click on that to get a free ebook that teaches them how to be healthier and happier? Of course they would. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to spread our net as wide as possible. We're not just looking for the people who want a cosmetic surgery procedure today, which is what happens in Google. We're looking to spread our net wide. And all we want to do is we want to make contact with everybody, as many people as we can, and we'll filter them later into the tire kickers, into the freebie lookers, and into the new patient categories. But that's what the funnel is for. But at the top up here, guys, what we want to do is stay as broad as we can and target as many people as we can in your area and get them on our lists. Now what we do next is we place our irresistible offer in front of them, and like I said, that can be anything from a free ebook that has value to people, or it could be a very valuable prize like a competition that you're going to run each month where you're giving away maybe a $1,000 gift or a $5,000 gift. So once they see the irresistible offer and they go to sign up, what we do is we capture them on our list, and then they become our new prospects. Now we don't actually know yet if they're going to be patients or not, right, but we're going to find out. So the next step we do is we send them a series of emails, and we establish trust with them. We nurture them, we educate them about our services, and we get them to know, love and trust us. That's the next step in the process. Now, even if they were never interested in your services before, by the time we're finished, they're going to be interested in some of your services, because I don't know anybody out there who doesn't want to improve their physical appearance. So therefore everybody is a perfect client for us, and all we need to do is this process. We need to nurture them. We need to give them as much information about your services, and I guarantee you that a certain percentage of them will become your new patients eventually. Now the next thing we do in our funnel is we gather data about these people, and this is where we start to segment the tire kickers, the freebie lookers, and the people who may be interested in your services. And we segment them into different lists so that we can go after the ones that we need to target with the best offers possible that are going to make them lift the phone and become your new patients. So what we do with the tire kickers, guys, is we send them back up through the prospecting list, and we put some other offers in front of them, and we keep them warmed up, because at some stage we're going to hit them with an offer that is going to turn them from tire kickers into potential patients. So we don't lose faith in them, we keep them going. And we do the exact same thing with the freebie lookers. Guess what we do? We bring them all the way back up to the top of the funnel, and we keep giving them more freebies. But with every freebie we give them, we're marketing your business. And eventually at some point, their circumstances, their life circumstances will change. Maybe they'll have a better job and they'll be able to afford things. Maybe there'll be a crisis in their life that they'll have to get somebody to work with. We don't lose faith in them. We keep them on our list, and we keep providing them valuable information. And at some point in time, if ever they need cosmetic procedures done, guess who's going to get that business? Is it going to be you who has built up some trust, or is it going to be the person who's never ever spoken to them? And then for the really hot prospects that tell us that they would be interested in maybe a nose reconstruction or liposuction or whatever problem they're trying to solve, then what we do is we get a targeted offer out in front of those people. And again, we segment them into a different list, so that we can keep getting targeted offers in front of them until eventually they lift the phone and they become our new patient. Now that's the funnel that's behind our system, guys, and I hope I've made a good enough job of explaining it to you. The other thing I wanted to mention was you may have quite a few inactive people on your list already. So what we've built into the system as well is a mechanism to do a reactivation campaign and bring those people back into your business. And again, we start to communicate with them from the top and work all the way through. And so in that respect, we're doing a number of things. We're looking after your existing patients. We're bringing old patients back into your business. We're increasing the lifetime value of patients to you. And now we've got a lovely system going here where we've got a follow-up, not just for new prospects, but for all our existing patients as well. So we've left nobody out in the cold. And so all we keep doing every week, guys, is we keep filling the funnel with new prospects, and then the system takes care of everything else. And as they go through the funnel, they'll go on different lists, and then they'll be targeted with different offers depending on what list they're on. And that's how we segment your marketplace for you. That's how we manage your marketplace for you. And that's why I'm not afraid to say that I can bring in numbers like $500,000 a year to your cosmetic practice business. So I hope you enjoyed that funnel demonstration there, and I just wanted one slide here because I really want to emphasize this. There are huge benefits to using our funnel system, and I'm going to just go through each one of them here briefly. The first one is you're building valuable assets for your business. Every list that you have is a valuable asset, and that asset is going to be worth a lot of money to you over time. The second thing we're doing is we're establishing goodwill. The third thing is we're going to explode your referral business, which at the end of the day is the best way to get any new patients into your business is by referral. And the next thing is you're going to be in control of your own business because you're not going to be dependent on third parties as much as you are right now to bring you the lifeblood of your business, which is prospects, prospects, and more prospects. And what you're going to be able to do is when you have thousands of people on your own list that you have a good relationship with, you'll have no problem bringing in all the patients you can handle for your business. I guarantee you that. And the last point I'll make here is that when you have a system like this set up and that you're operating off your own assets, then you can expand your business into as many services or as many new practices as you want with confidence, because you're going to be the one that's in control of how you bring prospects into your business. And it leaves you so that you're independent of the likes of Google, Facebook, YouTube, and anybody else out there who are providing you leads at the moment. Because one of the things you don't want to do is you have no control over Google, you have no control over Facebook, you have no control over YouTube, you have no control over Twitter or any other site, and you don't want to be dependent heavily on them. You want to be able to depend on yourself and your own internal lists and assets to bring in the patients that you need to support your business long term. And the system that I've designed will give you exactly that. It will give you control of your business. And so there are the 5 major benefits to our funnel system here, and I hope I've explained that well enough. So the funnel is the back end, guys, and now I'm going to show you all the components of the system and what you're going to be getting. Now I hope you're still with me and you haven't fallen asleep yet, because what I want to do now, I've covered the back end, I've covered the funnel, and now what I want to share with you is the front end and the components that go into our system that we designed to feed that back end and to make sure that everything runs smoothly for you and your business. Now I apologise up front if you need to put your sunglasses on to look at this slide. I tried to play with all the colours to see if I could get something that looked okay, and I'm probably not the best presentation maker in the world. It's not my forte, but I've done the best I could with this, so I apologise in advance if you need to put your sunglasses on. Anyway, listen, let's get into it, and I promise you the content is much more valuable than the graphics on it. Okay, so from the top, guys, the first thing we're going to do, the first component of our system is the digital ad network campaign management, and my team and I will manage all of that for you. That's the first thing. The second component over here is the viral competition apps. And what we're going to be doing here is when we agree what kind of competitions you want to run, we will be setting up a viral app for each one of those competitions. And then we will be setting up an ad campaign for it. We'll be driving traffic to it, and within that campaign are some viral triggers that allow people to share the competition with their friends on Facebook, with their followers on Twitter, etc., etc. The next component over here is our viral voucher app, and this is where again what we'll be doing is we'll be offering vouchers to people to sign up for our lists so that we get them into our back end funnel. The next thing here then is we have our lead capture module, and this is the part that captures all the leads from all the advertisement campaigns that we're running. So if we're running 10 campaigns for 10 different services for you, then this is the module here that captures all the leads for us. The next thing here is the automated back end, which we've talked about already when we went through the funnel. The next thing under that then is our lead segmentation and conversion. And again, that's tied to the back end marketing system where we actually segment people based on what they tell us they want, and also based on the actions that they take through our campaigns. The next thing I've included here, because reputation is very important. You need to be marketing your reviews because everybody does look online today to see what kind of reviews are out there about your business. So that's why I've included this component in the system. The next thing over here is you're going to get consistent daily brand marketing because your message is going to be going out there every day, and people will be seeing your offers, and they'll be seeing all the little things we're giving away for free to bring them into our funnel. And they're the things like the ebooks, 3 ways to do this, 5 ways to do that, 4 things you should know about this, etc., etc. And also our competitions and our vouchers. So your brand is going to be out there all the time, and people are going to get to know, love and trust you through this process. The next component of our system up here is the online intelligence gathering, and we do that through viral surveys, and those surveys are really powerful because they give us the information we need from the people themselves as to the types of services they're looking for, or the types of things that stop them from taking action, whether it's a lack of money, whether it's a lack of confidence, or whether it's a lack of understanding about the services that you provide. So that's a very important component of the system as well. So that's it, guys. And all of these components together is what's going to get your business out there in front of that 94% of people. And that's going to be your future patient funnel system. It's probably the worst name I could ever have come up with it. But anyway, you know what I mean. That's going to be the future of your marketing if you decide to come on board here and use this strategy and system that I put together. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope I haven't put you to sleep yet. Now the next piece I want to go over with you guys is the year 1 numbers. I promised I would give you a breakdown of how I came up with the 300 to 500,000 a year number, and so I want to give you a breakdown of that now. Now for the purposes of this presentation, I'm going to be working off the 500,000 number, and so if you're a smaller practice and you don't do surgical procedures, then you can adjust this number yourself and you'll be able to come up with a number for your business. But as I said, for the purposes of this presentation, I'm going to be working off the 500,000 number.
So I want to share with you now the breakdown of the $500,000 in revenue that I'm going to bring into your business in the next year. I promised you I'd show you the numbers and how I came up with them, just so you know I didn't just pull them out of the sky. In terms of the number of new patients, we're going to have 93 new patients, and I'm not including referrals in here. I just want to throw that in here. Now that 93 number might sound large to you because it's a new service, but in fact if you break it down over the year, it's less than 2 patients a week, so it's not. I'm not afraid of that number. It's fine. The average yearly patient value then I've set at $6,000. Now I know most of you are saying, well, this guy doesn't know much about our business, but I've intentionally set this low because I don't want to be disappointed at the end of the year. I'd rather be happily surprised. And until I talk to each individual business owner, we can plug in whatever number that is. I know it's going to be higher than $6,000, but for the moment I want to use this number, right, because it's a good number for the basis of what we're trying to do here. And so if I multiply the 6 by the 93, I come out with 558,000, which gives us our half a million plus a little bit of extra change. Now the other number I just threw up here as well is the average lifetime patient value. And again, I'm probably low here too, guys, but I've set this at 24 grand, and basically what I've done was I multiplied the yearly patient value by 4, just to give us a metric. And so at a metric of 24 grand for the lifetime patient value, we are looking at bringing in an extra 2.52 million in revenues to your business. And I want to say this again, I am not including referrals in here, and we're going to be having a lot of referral business because of the way we're going to put things together. So just keep that in mind as well. The upside to this, guys, is really, really big for us. So what I've done is I broke this down by the month 1 to month 12, the number of patients for each month, and the amount of revenue for each month. Now, as you'll see here, in month 1, 2, and 3, what's going to be happening here, guys, is we're going to be doing a lot of targeting. We're going to be doing a lot of testing. We're going to be testing different digital ad display networks. We're going to be testing all the different traffic sources. We're going to be testing different ads to different demographics. We'll be sending some ads to females, to males, to different age groups, etc. So there's a whole bunch of testing that's going on in this first month, second month, and probably into the third month as well. And really what we're doing there is we are fine-tuning our system, and we're fine-tuning our automated prospecting system. And that's where my team and I will be spending an awful lot of time on your business to try and perfect this so that we get the best value possible for your money that you're spending, and we get the best return available, and we get to understand how your market works on the various ad platforms, so that now we're set for the future in terms of how we bring in as many prospects as we want to, whenever we want to. And I hope by month 4 here that I'll be sitting down with you and we'll be reviewing the numbers, but we won't. The only way we'll be reviewing them is upward, and I'll be very happy at that stage when we get to that stage. So what I see here is there's a huge upside to these numbers, but I want to be realistic, and I want to try and put out numbers that we're going to achieve in year 1, and that you're going to be happy with. So that's the breakdown of the numbers, guys. That's how I've come up with them, and I hope I've made sense of that for you, and that you're happy with it. Okay, so if you're still here with me, that must mean that you liked some of the things that I showed you today, and that's fantastic. And I have room for about just a handful of new clients across the country that I'm looking to take on. But what I want to try and do here is just give you an outline of the type of person I want to work with, if you're interested. And the one thing I need someone who's a forward thinker and open to new ideas, because we're always going to have to be looking for new ways of improving our system and improving our processes, and creative ways of finding people and bringing them into our funnel. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I need you to have clear goals and objectives about what you want for your business, and I need you to be able to share those with me. Sort of like on a kind of a friend basis or a partnership basis, where we can talk about them casually or whatever way, but we need to both be on the same page, so that I know what I'm delivering, right, is meeting your goals and expectations. And I suppose the last thing here for me that's important is that we have a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun while we're achieving great results. Because it's important in life to have a bit of fun even when you're under pressure, and I like to work with people that know how to have a laugh under pressure. I have many interests, and I'm sure we'll find something to have a good laugh over. That's basically it, guys. There's nothing else that I need. The road ahead is exciting, but there's a lot of hard work, and there will be stumbling blocks, and we're going to have to get on the phone to each other and get over those stumbling blocks and have a good enough relationship to have a laugh at them and work through them.
Now, lastly, I want to really thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation and this webinar. I know how valuable your time is, and I do really appreciate it. And I hope you can see the opportunity here to do something really special for your business. And I look forward very much to working with you and implementing this strategy for you so that you're going to see some great results for your business. Now, in terms of getting in contact with me, on the next slide, what I'm going to share with you is just some background details about myself. And on the bottom, there's going to be two buttons. One is for the opportunity to Skype me if I'm online now and you want to chat and you've got a few minutes, that's fine. And the other option is to schedule a 30-minute meeting with me at a time that suits you. And I will make sure that I'm available for that meeting, and I will call you. So all that's left for me to say here, guys, is thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon, hopefully. And if not, I wish you the very best of luck with your business and everything you do in your life. Thanks a million. This is Brian. Bye bye for now.